It's Kambada, the shaman, the god, the crack baby. And right now you're tuned in to Kofi's Universe, the #1 and most truest source for hip hop news, reaction videos, sports, black culture, and much, much more. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button now. Bada.
YouTube salute. Billboard sat down with Raekwon the chef to talk about his new album, and they asked him what constitutes real hip hop. If you're new to my channel, thumbs up the video, hit that sub button, click that bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. So Raekwon released his 8th studio album, The Emperor's New Clothes. Check it out when you get a chance. There's some tracks on there that's banging, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Some dope beats. RZA's not on the album producing nothing, but you got Wu-Tang Clan members on there, Griselda, you know, Nas is on there. So check it out when you get a chance and let me know. And you can leave a comment on my reaction. I did a shorts reaction in a shorts playlist, so check it out. So Raekwon, so what constitutes real hip hop? So he said to me, it's like going to the movie theater. He said, you go there, you go pay for what you want to pay for, but at the same time, it's like I can't go see something that's supposed to be horror flick, but it feels like a commercial horror flick. At the end of the day, give me what I expect of it and don't allow it to be pushed under the rug because it may be as popular as things today is. So so he also said, I see the industry is fouler now and filled with greed, controlling narratives, sending wrong thoughts to the seeds. Save our babies. There's nothing else to vibe with the memes. He's right though. I mean, they are controlling the false narratives on all these social media platforms. You know, they're not trying to feed the baby the right information. The baby, excuse me, y'all. Like think about the 90s, think about the 80s, think about the Coogee raps, the KRS-Ones, the Dougie Fresh. Think about Run DMC. Think about, Wu-Tang Clan when they dropped Wu-Tang Forever. You know, RZA said, you don't even need to go to summer school this year. You know, the Wu-Tang Clan Forever, you're going to get everything in that double disc. You know, you had the Far Side, Eric B. and Rakim, Outkast when they first came out, EPMD, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. I mean, think about the real people that was really filling, the people's heads with the right information. Um, he also elaborates on these concerns he has with the genre he's helped define and how an old Dutch folktale inspired his latest LP. He said, number one, that him and Nas, they have a 30-year friendship and they always wanted to connect together to do a project together. So since he signed to Mass Appeal Records, that's a blessing. He also said, so the timing was perfect and I felt like the time that I released some music that I had ready for the world that I was working on. So I just kind of leave it in God's grace. And when the time hits, it hits. Right now, I was just um, putting everything into order. And it's dope timing. I'm working on a couple of other different projects, so I want to make sure that I take care of everything I needed to do with that. All right, so maybe he might drop another album, or maybe he might do a collab album. Who knows? But he also talked about naming his album after a famous folktale. That title is reality title to me. Today, everything is being followed by status quo. I'm a person that's a big advocate when it comes to authenticity over popularity. Just because tomato is tomato, that doesn't mean you can change the words up. I just think hip hop is being, what's the word I want to say? Hip hop is definitely being punctured right now by elements that really don't hold onto the culture the way we know it to be. I feel like it's our job to stay authentic. It is not to take shots at anybody, but I just feel like hip hop is not being represented right. There's so many different layers on top of it that makes it not authentic to me, that I'll make you question what you know about hip hop and what you feel. That's something I don't want to ever have to sacrifice when it comes to knowing what made me who I am today. So he said the Emperor's New Clothes is an old folk tale that basically describes don't believe anything you hear. I just love the title because I know people automatically would think it was about changing clothes, but nah, it's really more about don't get caught up in stuff that doesn't equate the reality of what shit is really about. So he's saying don't believe anything you hear. So my OGs used to always tell me this in the set. Believe half what you see and none what you hear. Because everything you see is not gonna always be true. But everything people talk about ain't always the real shit. So they also asked him about the aspect of hip hop being puncher right now. He said it's not the same anymore. A lot of things are sounding alike. People are emulating each other, do whatever makes sense according to their popularity. And you have these labels that are so much in power, they could change the dynamics of what hip hop really is. You know, rap music is rap music, but hip hop is something that to me always had its own flagship. Rap is something I feel like anybody can do. You can learn overnight to do it, but that doesn't make you authentic. That just shows you have the talent and the ability to create something. But a lot of times, things that everybody feel are hip hop is not hip hop, it's rap. I just think it's a separation gap here. Rap to me sounds like you're wrapping something up. I get it, but I just think that it's a little bit much more to the left when people are still trying to figure out what is really hip hop. And he's right about that because think about it. There's so many people that sound the same. Everybody don't have the same type of like. I mean, everybody's not having their own lane. That's why I respect Griselda. That's why I respect Rock Marciano, Joey Badass, Absol, Kendrick can be thrown in there. JID has his own lane. Bodie James. The list goes on and on and on with people that I'm talking about the people that I listen to on a daily basis. Nas, he continues to age like fine wine when it comes to his artwork as far as on record. People can say like, oh, people over 40 shouldn't be rapping. Bullshit. Look at the clips. Look at the clips. Malice is 52. Um, Pusha T just turned 48. And they put out a classic album. And it should win a Grammy. You see what I'm saying? It should, but we'll see. Hip hop is not only just skills and production and art, it's supposed to make you feel a certain way. A lot of times, you got all this other stuff sterilized inside of it, and it makes you feel not authentic at all. It's about your popularity. The bottom line, I just wanted to say, stay true to the culture. I just feel like hip hop ain't authentic no more. But he gave shout outs to Drake. I mean, excuse me, he gave shout out to Kendrick and the Clips, saying that what the Clips did is a great thing, and he's proud of them as far as like keeping it hip hop. He said as far as like Drake and Kendrick keeping their battle on wax, and how Kendrick had his victory lap tour, and he said everybody is trying to just do what's best for them. Um, how I feel about what's going on, I just feel like at the end of the day, you know, Clips have their own flagship. Kendrick has his own flagship. People need to grab their own flagships. Rock Marciano has his own flagship. Stove God Cooks has his own flagship. There's other artists coming out. I know her name is Samara Sin. She's dope. She has her own flagship. Larry June has his own flagship. We need more authenticity. We do over popularity. You know, um, a lot of people not giving people their props. Like, I mean, when I mean props, it's like it's nothing wrong, you know, paying homage to the people that paved the way because everybody patterned their rap style or their flow from somebody. Like Jadakiss said that he used to listen to G rap, excuse me, Big Daddy Kane that inspired him. Styles P that he listened to G rap. Nas, Rakim. You know, who was it? Damn, it's on the tip of my tongue. They said they listened to KRS-One. It's gonna come to me. But you see what I'm saying? Like everybody has somebody that they pattern their style to. Pusha T said Prodigy. Even Kendrick said Prodigy did a lot of things for him and DJ Quick and Snoop Dogg. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's nothing wrong taking some elements but still crafting your own style. Today, when you hear rap, it's like regurgitated. It sounds like sewer rap. It don't sound the real hip hop. Like hip hop, you can tell who has this person has their own freeway, this person has their own freeway, and they created a lane for themselves, and nobody's not even trying to be a copycat. Like I can hear a certain artist, and I know exactly what I'm gonna get from them. I know the production I'm gonna get for them. I know what producers they're gonna link up with. Maybe every year, like this producer is gonna do a collab album with them. Like a person like Ransom, a third person like 38 Special. You know what you gonna get. You see what I'm saying? You know what you gonna get. J Electronica. But there's some rappers out there, But y'all let me know what you think about Raekwon sitting down with Billboard. I'm sharing this information with y'all in the title of The Emperor's New Clothes. Check out my album reaction in the shorts playlist and comment on it after you get a chance. Post your comments below. Hope smash Black Panther the like button, subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. If you want to support, donate to the channel, I have Patreon, patreon.com/Kofi Universe. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, everything's in the description. Until next time, salute.